On to our final speaker. So Viv joins us from the Wellcome Trust, and she's a trained scientist with a broad academic and applied interests. Her career began in infectious disease research, but she's then extended and moved into synthetic biology, biotechnology, and material sciences. While she's now moved out of the lab to join Wellcome Trust, her passion remains rooted and focused on science and its potential to positively impact the world. Viv joined the Wellcome Trust in 2002 and is part of the Directed Activities team as a Discovery Research Manager. And as part of that role, funds activities outside of Wellcome's standard open grant calls. And her work includes scoping potential future investment areas, which I'm sure will be of interest to everybody here, such as fungi and bioimaging, and managing relationships with existing initiatives, including Wellcome's longitudinal population studies, as well as new discovery research platforms. Viv, thank you.
Hi, yes, thank you so much for, I think I'm the last, is that right? You're nearly there, it's nearly time for a break. I'd like to thank the organizers for inviting us and for you guys to still be here. I'm Viv and I work at the Wellcome Trust. Before I start, I thought I'd just introduce what Wellcome is. I think all of you have heard us. You've heard it mentioned a few times today, but pretty much we are an independent global charitable foundation. We do not have any political alliances. We do not have any, sorry, my notes were wrong. We're independent global charitable foundation, and our vision is a healthy future for everyone, and we act on our vision by our mission, which is supporting science to solve the urgent health challenges facing everyone in the world. We have two modes of action, which is basically discovery and solution. And what we mean by that is when we talk about discovery, we really talk about discovery in its broadest sense. So long-term, understand how the world works, and that will eventually lead to understanding human health and helping the world and challenges facing everyone. But then we also have our solutions mode, and our solutions mode is where we build on our strengths and our experiences, and we take a much shorter time frame where we try really find a solution for specific problems. And these problems are focused on mental health, climate and health, and infectious diseases. Considering all of this, something that really brings everything together is fundamental to everything that we do is equity. And when we talk about equity at Wellcome, we don't just mean equity in the sense of what is your research output, but it's how are you working, who are you working with, how are you going to influence the field with the work, the outputs of that work. So it's very broad and all-encompassing. Now, I sit within discovery research. And this is probably the space where you guys engage most with us at Wellcome. We have our open mode schemes, which I'll discuss a little bit at the end of this, where people come to us with their ideas and they pitch their ideas. We have committees that help us select and we fund people that way. But then we have this other area which is more directed, where we identify that there's certain areas that require additional support. There's barriers that we're in a position to really help lower, and we target these areas. And there are a number of different areas that we're focusing on, and one of which is bioimaging, and I think that's all relevant to all of you here. We have been working in this space for a little while. We've been engaging with the environment, we've been asking you questions, we've done landscaping reports, and pretty much what we've identified, and I don't think anyone in this room is going to look at this circle and think that these aren't barriers that you already know about. Everyone is aware of these issues. What we have recognized at Wellcome is that there's some of these things that we want to actually address, that we're in the right position to address. In particular, we'd like to focus and support research that goes to enhancing resolution on a cell tissue level. We also are aiming to support and really help research that aims to share fair data and software with the communities, and we really believe that supporting research that goes to more equitable imaging is something that we think is really important. I think this is also something that the audience here will agree with. And over the last few years, we've been really quite active in this space. We've done some landscaping. I can highly recommend, there's a QR code in the corner. There is a website that goes into a lot more detail of what we've done before. I'm going to go over it very briefly because I think this is a short little taster. So we did this incredible landscape report with Technopolis. We asked over 500 of you in the community what you felt was important, and that's really led to us a lot of the activities that we've done. Within Wellcome, we support a number of large infrastructures and programs, including a platform for neuralistic neuroimaging. The Rosalind Franklin Institute, EMBOL, EBI, Diamond, we support some big names, big institutes, LMB, but we also had a specific call, which was where we went to the audience, the environment. You guys are the ones that we went to. And pretty much we had a call where we wanted to bring biologists and technology development technicians or technologists, bring them together and really actually solve some of these problems. We had a funding call, and of that funding call, we were able to support 17 programs of work. Those 17 programs are now invited back for a closed call where we're hopefully going to fund as many as we physically can for another 5 years, or full 5-year funding. So that's the second phase is we're currently in the progress of that phase, and hopefully in the beginning of new year we'll have some results from that. We've also supported Imaging for All. I know there's going to be a talk on this, I think, on Wednesday morning. This is something that we think is being really great in the sense of we're funding people to do training programs and visiting different areas of people from low middle income countries and low resource settings to really get experience in bioimaging. And then we've done some workshops and some community engagement, and that's part of why I'm here today. Hold on, I'm going to go back just a second. Now, what I've pretty much spoken about is what we've done in the past. What I can say is that going forward, bioimaging and technology development within bioimaging remains an important part of what Wellcome is going to be focused on in the future. Exactly what it's going to look like, we're busy still evolving what that program is, but bioimaging is important. I also want to highlight that although we don't have any open calls currently, there's no direct ways that you can come to us for funding, I can say that our open mode is that it is open. And I think a lot of people don't quite recognize that we value hypothesis-driven research just as much as we value the development of tools and technologies and methodologies, which is the things that you do. So we have different funding schemes within our open mode. They're based on career stage. And I must say that if you are within the UK, a low middle income country, or Republic of Ireland, you can lead any 3 of these. If you're from anywhere else in the world other than China, you can be a co-applicant in one of our teams in a Discovery Award. These awards are generous. They are for 5 years for early careers and up to 8 years for the other 2. And if you're interested, there is also a QR code over here with webinars to explain what we mean by our remit, what kind of funding what we're supporting, what kind of work we're interested in. And if you'd like to come and chat to me over the next few days, I'm here. And I hope I stuck to the time, but there we go. Thank you.